how much was Saturday about kind of confidence? It seems like these starts of games have been lesser than you'd expected, but whether it's the cooling break or the halftime, you come out better. What's it been like trying to adjust mid-game with these situations?
Yeah. I think Saturday, I think we endured like a rough 20 minutes. They had a lot of set pieces. They were in our end quite a bit. I think just being tough to beat and not giving them anything during that tough stretch, and then water break definitely helped us switch around a few things, and I think we came out much better and controlled the rest of the game.
How difficult is it to kind of bottle that and go to, you know, have that to start the matches, or do you just kind of have always a natural feeling out period when it comes to this style?
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit natural, and sometimes it's going to happen in games. And the important part is just making it through that tough stretch, making a few adjustments, and from there we improve and work our way into the game.
What has been the common thread as you guys have put forth these clean sheets in terms of making sure that you guys stay assignment correct defensively?
Yeah, I think it's just the mentality of being tough to beat, not giving the team, many chances, being organized, and then just competing on every ball and having each other's back. So if one guy gets beat, the next one's there to stop anything, and it's worked well so far, and we just got to keep that going for the rest of the season.
Recently, Charlotte's been, up in the top 10 of like power rankings and things like that, and kind of getting noticed by national media, especially with the clean sheets and the defense getting mentioned on the pregame shows for Apple and things like that. Whereas for the past couple of years, it's like, crickets on things like that. Has this, do you feel there's like a newfound respect, and does that even matter to y'all in your motivation for what you're doing?
Yeah, personally, I don't pay as much attention to it. Here and there, I'll see, something on it, but we're just trying to go game by game, and there's a lot of games left to play. So it's great to be, top of the league in clean sheets and getting some recognition for that. But it doesn't matter. We want to stay at that one spot and have the most clean sheets and the best defense at the end of the season. So there's still a lot of work to be done, and we're trying to keep our heads straight, a little bit of a tunnel vision, and just keep going.
Well, for yourself and others in the locker room, a lot of athletes use perceived respect or even more so disrespect as a motivator. Mm-hmm. Is that something that's happening here at all, or?
I don't think we get too amped up about it or anything. I think trying to keep a cool head, especially through the ups, not getting too high, and then when things don't go our way, and maybe you get a bit of criticism, not getting too low. You're trying to keep a level head through it all, and I think that helps in the long run.
Thank you.
The book is kind of out on you guys. I mean, like Steve was saying, people around the league know that when you hit the pitch against Charlotte, you're in for a tough night offensively because the defense has been so good. Are you seeing teams maybe try, as you prep for teams, are you seeing teams maybe throw things at you that you may not have anticipated because they're trying to penetrate the defense and create some opportunities?
Haven't noticed anything like specific, but I think it's a good thing, if a team's coming in and they know that they're going up against, one of the best defenses in the league, the best at this moment. So I think having that edge going into a match definitely helps us, and if we can hit teams pretty hard off the start and kind of send a message, I think that only helps us.
I just want to do some exclusive stuff, man.
Going on the road this week, and thoughts on Houston and what you guys have seen from them, and as opposed to last week where it was short prep time for a game, you've got kind of a normal full week.
Yeah, it's nice getting back into a normal schedule, having a full week to prep for Houston. We know it's going to be hot. It's just the way it is in Houston at this time. So managing the game, and the tempo of that is going to be important. And then also just knowing the way they play, what to look out for, knowing characteristics of players and what they like to do and where they can hurt us, but also where we can hurt them, and just taking that to heart and executing the plan that we have lined up.
Were you able to get some family at the game on Saturday? This was close?
Yeah, it was very close. I have a bunch of college buddies and teammates' families, and including my parents. So it was nice to have a really big crowd. So I had a big section of supporters, and it's always nice having that.
Is that something that makes a game feel different to you? Like you're more cognizant of that when you're playing in front of family like that?
A little bit, yeah. You just know they're there, and you have a support system, and gives you a little bit of that extra 10% to put a little bit more into the game when you got the closest ones to you.
Do you
supporting
get more
it.
critique after the game?
A couple friends of mine, yeah, they like to pick on me a little
keep you
bit.
grounded.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all just in good fun and good banter.
Andrew, you've had this game coming up. It's the first one without this the piece of the spine that's right in front of you. What's it going to be different playing without Ashley?
Yeah, that's our captain, and Ashley's such a big piece in this team. So, it definitely hurts having him, not in the lineup. But that's why we have a bunch of other great players, and I know we'll find a good solution. And still have a lot of confidence going in. It doesn't drop.
We're coming up on about 1 year of you being with the first team. How do you feel like your game has changed and evolved over the past year?
Yeah, I think just taking in a lot of small details and just growing confidence day by day, week by week, and I think just becoming, less of a seen as a young player, and eliminating some of those mistakes I made last year, and just becoming, a week in, week out player with performance by performance.
What is something about Adilson Milan that people won't know?
That's a good question. I don't have an immediate answer. That's a good one.
Kind of going off that, just how, with you and Adilson kind of coming into the side at the same time as that center back pairing last year, just what has your relationship been like, and how has that kind of grown over the course of the last year?
Yeah, I think just, week in, week out, remaining with that partnership, I think just an unspoken chemistry that's developed, and, you can't really speak on it, just kind of is there, and you just kind of feel it a little bit, and it just works. And I think that's credit to the work we've put in, and, building that chemistry that just kind of becomes natural.
Yeah, Dean kind of mentioned that you two took meetings individually together at some points. What are those? What kind of goes into those? How often are those?
Yeah, we'll do meetings with all the defenders within the team, and we'll go out of our way, and we'll pick a game, and we'll go through each half and pick moments where we've been good, and also pick moments where to work on things, point things out, and stuff to look at in training. So I think that's helped us, and also allows us to critique ourselves. So I think that's helped us as a back line, and kind of form that unit.
Yeah, and then I know you won't have Ashley this week, but just coming into the club at a similar time as him, how have you seen him kind of take that role as captain immediately after coming in, and what have you kind of learned from him with him playing right in front of you?
Yeah, he came in, and from the very jump, it was very clear that he was a great captain, great guy, and took a lot of the young guys under his wing and made them feel welcome, give them a bit of confidence, and he's the first one to give you a little bit of praise when you're doing something right. So I think that goes a really long way, and it certainly went a long way for me, and he's done that ever since he first came to this club.
Regarding Houston, last year it was kind of a home away from home, especially during Leagues Cup. Does that give you all a more confidence or comfort level playing at that venue?
I think a little bit, yeah. It's also it's always nice going into an away game knowing that you've won there before and you know what to expect. The heat, poses its problems and everything, and its challenges. But I think we know what to expect. Already done it twice now, actually. So.
And I just want to ask you about two more leaders on the back line. What has it been? How important has Nathan's leadership been, and how important has Kali's leadership been?
Oh yeah, it's always great having those experienced guys next to you, and it gives, I think, all of us in the back line a lot of confidence knowing you have Kali behind us. So when things go wrong, he's making unbelievable saves week in and week out, and gives us the confidence to play freely. And I think that only bolsters our back line, and there's a reason he's had so many man-of-the-match performances.
How much bread did Ben have to bake to get back in the starting lineup?
Who knows how much? I know he's baking all the time, and he's bringing in loaves here and there. So.
All right, we're going to wrap there for Andrew to be on time. So thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Is there a pool on when Yeri's going to score?